Eom Business Network. So much for one broadcast.
Hello everyone, it's another very beautiful day to you, and thank you very much for taking time to join us on yet another package of the Eom Business Network. Oh yes, the voice of corporate Nigeria. I am Olorogo Elkanah Maware. Today on the program, as always, our focus is a look at the Nigerian economy, as we will be interfacing with select industry operators about their businesses, the operating environment, and other related issues. Also on today's package is Let's Talk, and our focus is on Powerview Group of Companies Limited and AQUA Nigeria Limited. On Spot On, we bring you Ayodele Alabi, who is the Chief Operating Officer of Agro-Park Development Company Limited. And on the face-to-face is another industry captain, Yomi Williams, who is the founder and Chief Executive Officer of GARTNER CALLAWAY Sustainability Company Limited. It's a package you must see. Sit back as we bring you the details. This is GREENLEED Agro-RITE Limited. As government is doing everything possible to grow the Nigerian economy, industry operators are positioning and repositioning their operations with the view to offering world-class services to their esteemed clients. Dr. Aremu Samuel Folorunsho is the Chief Executive Officer of GREENLEED Agro-RITE Limited.
The mistake they made then was, though I was not born then, or at least from the record from history, was we slightly deviate from our initial plan, which was agriculture, because of the crude oil. We solely depend on crude oil, because crude oil money is large. So government moved to it and they neglect agricultural sector. During the Obasanjo tenure, when he was the military general then, there were so many programs, like the Green Revolution, Operation Feed the Nation. Those programs have been neglected. Those are the things that led to the problem agriculture is facing today. Now, if government can come up with different interventions, just like the CBN is doing with the NISA, they come with different intervention programs, so many schemes that will encourage local farmers. But the most important thing is everybody must be encouraged to go back to farming. Everybody. And they should make land available. All government from the state, local, and federal level should make land available for farmers. With that, there will be food on the table for everybody. In fact, we can even export it. So government will make money, individual too will make money.
Kimberly Edokpai is the Communications Manager of PENNEK Nigeria Limited.
Challenges that we have are connectivity of road. Most roads are not good. We as individuals or as developers have tried to improve our surroundings ourselves, because most times the government wouldn't come to your aid. I mean, they would only take projects that they know that the masses would use, right? Which is not also, we're not condemning it. We are also like happy about it, because these will also make a connection to our own properties. If you don't do this road properly, how would they connect to us? How would they get to properties? Most really, really nice buildings are just laying waste in some place because, oh, I don't want to enter that road, or water, my car will spoil, my this, my that. So first of all, that's a challenge. We need the roads to be good. We need them to be interconnected. Like you can, if there's so much traffic here, you can pass through this place or you can get through this place without your car dying halfway. We need that to help us. We also need fiscal policies put in place that will help developers access more loans in a low interest. It will really help us determine the prices at least lower than what we would usually give out. It will determine the prices of our properties, how to sell our properties. So that also would be really valuable to us.
Toyosi Ayodele is the founder and chief executive officer of AGRO-RITE Limited.
It has been progressive, evidently, and the government, as for instance, if you should open an agri-business today, you are given an opportunity to be off tax for 3 years. So that's a commendable one. And other programs they've been doing, like giving out subsidy for inputs and all of that, and also encouraging production of fertilizers and all of that. Like, I am particularly excited about the Dangote fertilizer that will be coming up very soon. So these are avenues to encourage the average smallholder farmer. For the food security, the pandemic definitely has altered the timing in terms of service delivery. And in order for us to mitigate the effect it will have on food insecurity, we need to do more in terms of capacity building, in terms of the involvement of technology, in terms of stakeholder engagement, in terms of partnership. We need to secure more partnership to be able to get through this. For instance, in the ports, if you want to export from the ports today, something that would probably take a week will probably take longer because you find most of the staff not being present because they're trying to observe social distancing and all of that. And we can only hope that before we find the cure to the COVID-19, we'll be able to manage the situation properly so that the adverse effects on food insecurity won't be that much.
Welcome to AGRO-RITE Limited.
Hello there, I am Olorgo Elkanah Mowari, and I just want to briefly again talk to you about COVID-19. As you are very much aware, global economy is slowly but gradually opening up. Countries are beginning to put in place measures to see businesses go back to work. Nigeria is not an exception. To this end, the Nigerian government has further relaxed the lockdown measures to see that people and companies get back to operation. Be that as it may, I just want to respectfully advise, watch out for yourself. I mean, watch out for yourself and watch out for your neighbor. Let's continue to observe all the medical safety precautions. Use your face masks, wash your hands as much as possible, and of course, observe the physical or social distancing. It's very important for you to recognize that the virus is still very much around. Stay safe.
The Eom Business Network on Silverbird Television presents a special television report on the oil and gas industry in Nigeria, with particular focus on the Nigerian Liquefied Petroleum Gas Association. This package is specifically designed to take a critical look at developments in the industry.
LPG production in Nigeria is regulated by quality standards. So you have in Nigeria is largely butane spec LPG, which is predominantly utilized in this country.
This report is with the official endorsement of the Nigeria Liquefied Petroleum Gas Association. Watch out. Tony Sule is the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Power Group of Companies Limited.
We are in a sector where I feel, especially in the African continent, is that everybody has a definition of what is standard. Our core mission is to put the customer at the center of all our operation. Like we said earlier, this is one of the biggest investments that any person will make and in their lifetime. So for me, it's a responsibility. Trust is placed for you to provide a product that will be one of the biggest decisions they will make. I think your conscience should prevail. Now, there are certain standards or certain level of materials that I will not entertain. I'm very big on placing attention on the design phase. I don't rush my design phase. I can take upward of 2 months, and I've been known in my company to scrap drawings that I felt were substandard, even though I've spent millions on them. Do you understand? It's not when you get to site that you start seeing, oh, it could have done this better. Now, I'm not saying that I don't learn, because I always push the boundaries. You can see even within Ocean Bay, if you see the product that we started first, and if you see the latest one that we've done, you will see a substantial improvement, even though they're next to each other. For me, it's strive to innovate, strive to provide more value to the customer, and strive to build a brand that is associated to quality, so that when people are looking outwards in, do you understand, they can see that, okay, PowerView are the ones to go to. I mentioned to you in private that for me, the story that started this journey was that I questioned the fact that why is it that we are always expectant of people externally to come in to provide a standard or to provide a certain level of articulation, whether it's civil works or whether it's large-scale projects. I believe in our people, I believe in our people's ability, and I want to start an organization that was solely Nigerian but built a standard that was recognized in the West and transferred their policies and their ideals to other parts, whether it's the UK or whether it's the US or whether it's Ghana. Do you understand? It's originated in Nigeria by Nigerian. So that's the emotional standpoint that I have in regards to this. It's not about the money. The vision is what drives me.
Welcome to PowerView Group of Companies Limited. Lasisi Nuruddin is the Managing Director and Country Manager of AQUA Nigeria Limited.
It's a Danish company that started the fish feed business for over 50 years ago. It's one of the largest fish feed production factories in Europe. So we have our head office in Denmark, and we have our production factories all across Europe, and we presently have 2 in Africa. Recently also we commenced production in China 2014, and now we come and establish our office in Nigeria to be able to be closer to the farmers and be able to provide on-hand services to them as a kind of support to grow the fish farming business in Nigeria and Africa. And ever since we started, what we do is not just only to sell the feed, but we also give technicalities and knowledge and trainings to farmers for them, because we believe it is when the farmers are doing it right, that is when we too, the millers, can be able to remain in business. So this is what we do in AQUA. We sell the feed for the fish farmers to train the fish, and also at the same time we educate the farmers on how best practices to do their business.
The uniqueness of AQUA is, like I said, the quality. We maintain our quality consistency because that is our own household name, quality. And also too, AQUA, we continue to optimize the capacity, the nutrient optimization. What that means is that for every grains of AQUA, pellet of AQUA fish stick, there is growth in every bite, there is value. So we are paying premium attention to the nutrients we are putting. So if any farmers now, for example, buys 1 bag of AQUA, we assure them that they are going to get more value that they are getting from other brand, because we have shifted our innovation, our research from what we are putting in the fish, in the feed. We are focusing more on what the fish are getting from the feed. So we can tell you that it is premium they are buying and maximum utilization or efficiency of the money they are paying. So the uniqueness in our feed is that there is growth in every bite, and the residue, the waste, or maybe the digestible waste from the feed is reduced. So that means whatever farmers are feeding their fish, they are rest assured that maximally the fish is going to utilize it, unlike those that maybe greater part of it will be excreted. And also too, one uniqueness about our feed is that when you use our feed, your fish are ready in 120 days, which is 4 months. The practice we know is that people are rearing their fish for 6 months for them to achieve 1 kilogram and above. But with AQUA feed, in 4 months, which is 120 days, your fish are ready for the market. And like I said, the dynamics are changing now because of demand. So we see a situation where people that are rearing fish that are table size or pepper soup size can rear them within 2.5 months using our feed, compared to 4 months when you use other brands. So we are guaranteeing farmers that if you use an AQUA feed, you have quality in every bite. Then also you have a shorter duration period to do more cycle. Instead of doing twice, 2 production in a year, with AQUA you can do 3. Or if you are looking at pepper soup size, then you can do 3 or 4 in a year. That means you have a great turnover of your money. So these are the uniqueness in our feed.
Welcome to AQUA. For more than 50 years, we have been producing world-class fish feed for both freshwater and saltwater aquaculture. As a company, we are big enough to meet your needs and small enough to be flexible. This ensures that we can react quickly to our customers' needs. Our age-long history, vast experience, professionalism, and integrity serve as guarantee to our esteemed clients. AQUA, let's grow together. Ayodele Alabi is the Chief Operating Officer of Agro-Park Development Company Limited.
AGRO-Park Development Company Limited is an agricultural property management company. We fully manage farms for individuals, for corporate and institutional investors. We presently manage over 4,000 hectares of farmland, cultivating organic crops and livestock. We have been doing this consistently for about 3 years now, and meeting the needs of our farm owners and offtake partners. As I said earlier, we manage farms for individual, corporate and institutional investors. That's what we do. We manage agricultural business that are struggling. We take them to profitability. That's what we do. Our production is organic. We produce organic crops and livestock. We have poultry. We're into poultry production. We're into pig production. We're into rabbitry. We have a snail farm. We also have the grass cutter farm. For our crop, we have some spices left of turmeric. We produce fennel, lemongrass, citronella, basil, tropical basil, scent leaf, and more other crops. Then we are also into staple production, so staple crops too. We produce maize, sweet corn, rice, beans, soya, and just to mention a few. Then also we are also into tree crop also as a cash crop. Presently we cultivate the oil palm and cashew. We are coming up. Our vision is to at least cultivate 10% of the arable land that we have in Nigeria. Nigeria arable land is about 34 million. And we're looking at 10%, that's about 3.4 million. Presently, we are just at about 4,000 hectares. So it's a very, very long way to go. But presently on our farm, we are in Abeokuta and in Oyo State. Our farm in Abeokuta is on 1,500 hectares. And we have over 400 people working on our farm in Abeokuta. So at least we're a small company. We are coming up gradually. And our livestock production, for organic poultry production now, we are the largest in Nigeria right now. And also for thyme production, in commercial production now, we are the largest in Nigeria. So we can say we are coming up, but we still hope to do better. I would say again that the first is to look at giving farmers more incentive or giving more incentive to agriculture. That will attract a lot of people to look at agriculture and to also make entry into agriculture a bit easy. The federal government can do that. Right now, as a nation, even with the fact that in terms of rice production, we're number one in Africa. The rice, what was produced, is not even enough to even feed us as a nation. So opening opportunity up for people to come into agriculture can help us to feed ourselves as a nation and export surplus. Then we can even achieve the vision of, making agriculture contribute more to our GDP. So there's a lot that the government can do in terms of policy formation, in terms of funding, in terms of training, in terms of offtake of farm produce, in terms of inputs and all that. So there's a lot that the government can do to make production easy for farmers.
From the deep forest of the south to the vast savanna of the north, deep oceans of the Niger Delta, and the mountainous west and highlands of the Middle Belt, Nigeria is endowed with good climate by Mother Nature and abundant untapped resources of 34 million hectares of vast arable land that awaits your cultivation. At AGRO-Park, we acquire, develop, and manage diversified farmland and livestock for individuals, corporate, and institutional clientele in major agricultural areas of Nigeria. Our expertise can help you explore the global spices market and international business opportunities. You can also own, operate, and manage a farm without being physically present. Join us today and let's turn this huge national resource into global wealth for you. Become a farm owner today. Visit us at www.agropark.ng. Call and chat with us on 0708 AGRO-Park.
GARTNER CALLAWAY Sustainability Company Limited. Yomi Williams is the Chief Executive Officer of GARTNER CALLAWAY Sustainability Company Limited.
I'm the founder of GARTNER CALLAWAY, which is agricultural advisory production and processing company. At the moment, GARTNER CALLAWAY's focus is more advisory solutions and production of fresh fruits and vegetables, both imported varieties and local varieties. And we're focused more on agroecology, which is we call precision farming. So precision farming could involve hydroponics, farming like it's done in Israel with automated irrigation systems. Our whole mantra or goal is to produce the highest quality and increase productivity in an efficient manner in line with climate change objectives and food security for Nigeria. So we produce leafy greens, so things like vegetables like lettuce, arugula, kale, spinach, broccoli, celery, herbs and spices, so basil, mint, thyme, rosemary, oregano. We've just introduced tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers. But what is unique about our products is we pick the best varieties in terms of seeds and organic. So we look at the characteristics of each product, each plant, the taste, the quality, because we're always thinking of the consumer. Now also, our main goal also is to be able to sell vegetables that are considered high-end in Nigeria, bring it to the mass level, which is hence the production efficiency. So anybody on the streets could easily go and buy our lettuce could buy our kale. And that is one of the major things that we're trying to achieve, because these vegetables are normal in most parts of the world and are considered staple diet. But over here in Nigeria, they're considered exotic. So we're trying to also break that barrier and make imported vegetables more accessible, as well as local vegetables like ugu, ewedu, tete, water leaf, scent leaf, which are also widely used by a lot of people and consumers. I think it's affected the sector more to do with, first, production. I find that things are scarce in the market. Like the last 2 weeks, I've been getting a lot of calls that there's no lettuce in the market, as an example, which has never happened. And this is primarily probably because I believe 60 to 70% of our vegetables come from Kano. And with all the corona issues in Kano, especially being one of the hardest hit states, I believe that has affected production and affected supply on one hand. And you also have the issues with logistics. So this interstate movement, you need an interstate pass. Not all farmers have access to these passes. So that has also affected the movement of goods and services. But I think the most significant impact is with distribution and with the offtake. So you have a whole hospitality industry that has been wiped out overnight. You're talking no weddings, events, hotels, restaurants, schools. This block constitutes about 80% of offtake from farmers, where they add value for consumers. So now a lot of farmers are in a quagmire where even if you have produce, because your normal distribution channels are not there anymore, there's confusion on where to sell and how to sell, and not all the markets are open, the local markets also. So in my opinion, I think that's the biggest problem that COVID has posed, because now you must think outside the box, reinvent yourself to be able to reach consumers, because consumers are not going to eat anymore in restaurants. They're all at home.
Well, and this is where we bring down the curtains on today's package of the EOM Business Network. Thank you very much for spending your valued time with us. We hope it was worth your while. But just in case you missed out on any aspect of it, then you can come with us to our feedback handles on the screen. Sincere gratitude to you, our sponsors, for your continued interest and support. Always remember, with you and us, we are champs. Oh yes, I remain Olorogo Elkanah Mowari. Please, let's do this again, same time, same channel next week. We'll trust you'll join us.